That sucks. Hold on. To copy this.
Oh.
There we go. Okay. All right. So that is up. We are live. And yeah, let's get this podcast started. Are you ready, Charles?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the pilot episode of CardTalk Vanguard, a CFV podcast. This is the first episode of hopefully many. We're not 100% sure on the frequency of these episodes just yet, because of course, I have a lot of stuff to do and very little time to do it. But we'll try to get these. We'll try to get these out as much as possible. But anyway, again, I am Jello, the casual card gamer, as always, and with me, you guys know him well. You guys probably know him more than you know me, because he made a very nice video where he took the best deck Eugene to a the huge jeans to a locals recently. His name is Charles, and he is from teamContiBreak. How are you doing, Charles?
Doing great. Yeah, not really.
Yeah, you just woke
Kinda
up.
disappointed about today.
Uh-huh.
It
Today
was
was
supposed to be release day for like our side,
yep.
but then
There's the
cases got delayed.
there's the
So
copium. Yeah. So
it's fine.
yeah. So Charles has the benefit of living in Asia, which means he gets stuff basically 12 hours, 14 hours before I do. But thankfully, because of product delays on his side, I'll probably get to open my stuff before he gets to open his. So
I still have this weekend, I believe.
For your sake and mine, I hope you get them as soon as possible. Different fight on Twitter also was expressing his his grievances about his product delay at his local. So yeah, it always sucks, to like wake up one day, you're so hyped to get your stuff and open it, just to get to your shop and find out that they don't have them yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope I hope for him, not for you, because you constantly taunt me, that he pulls. I hope that he pulls crazy SPs, like I said, just because crazy SPs are great. Charles, if you stop taunting me all the time, then maybe I'd wish them upon you too. But
I think
yeah.
if Bushi still did the same thing for their BD1 SPs, I think if you got two cases within the same box thing,
Mm-hmm.
I think the 40 types of SPs are there.
Okay.
I don't know if they'll change that for BD2 though, but that's what happened to our case. I'm BD1.
Okay. All right. But before we get into the actual meat of today's episode, I'm just going to give you guys a quick rundown of what we're going to be going over. So we have DBT2. On my list, I have Copium. So that's Charles feeling sad. And then we have Hopium. So, like, what do we want? Do we think that what do we hope the meta will shift to? You guys already know what I'm going to shift to. I want it to shift to. We have Lyrical Monasterio. Stuff has started to finally come out. We'll apparently have the complete set list by August. So, there's a lot of Hopium there. Maybe we'll have
Can you still call it like fishing season?
Not anymore. Well, technically you could. Because it's not fishing season anymore. It's whaling season now.
Oh, true.
It's whaling season now. Then we do have a little bit to touch on the DBT3 delay. Apparently, it's not as long as previously thought, at least on my end. And then, of course, we have the new start deck for Dragon Empire. The Seal Blaze Maidens, I believe they're called, or Blaze Seal Maidens. Ooh. So that's really nice. I do have a few tinfoil hat theories on what might be happening there, and then of course we do have the Shaman King reveals. It's just 2 cards. It's just Yo and Amidamaru. But yeah, it's the return of Limit Break. They should have just put the logo on there, and that would have been it. But yeah, that's what we have. That's what we have today. I'm really excited to talk about the Lyrical Monasterio because I did
Mm.
not want to touch it. Like I was trying my best to stay away, but I might not go, full Captain Ahab and try to hunt down a whale, but I will probably pick up a couple of the trial decks. These are trial decks, I
Oh,
believe,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And a couple of the boxes as well, just to open up for fun. But yeah, let's get started. So DBT2 Copium, Charles, you sad boy, how are you feeling about the delays? Because I think this is it's not just specific to your local in the Philippines, our local in the Philippines. I believe a lot of other
I
people
think
have been having that issue as well.
I think for our case, I think it's always the same case about it entering custom or
Mm.
customs.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call that? Like Bureau of something something.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we call it. So every time something gets shipped here, it goes through that like government thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always the same case because I think once it started getting delayed for 1G era Bermuda set, I think after that, like,
It just kept going.
yeah, I think there's no case that got here on time anymore. Might be
Uh
wrong.
well,
So
that
yeah.
that sucks.
The only sad thing about the BD2 delay for me is like not getting my SPs as soon as possible so I can start like hunting now.
I hate
'Cause I
you.
already got like some parts from the two pizza boxes I sneak preview kits I've opened.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm good for our tournament at our locals again for tomorrow.
Oh, I hate you.
But it's just that I think I'm the only one with the new stuff, not unless they buy singles from the shop itself.
Yeah, it'll be your tournament results will be completely skewed because everyone is
Yeah,
stuck at
true.
DBT1.
Still that BD1, yeah. Very sad.
Yeah. But I guess that's enough for the copium. I have not had any indication from my local here that there will be any delay. It did get shipped on Tuesday, and they almost
Mm.
always come in either Thursday night or Friday
Ooh.
afternoon. So I'm hoping to
Oh.
get them for sure because I am hosting a case break for my
Mm.
in my Discord, and yeah, I have people counting on me to get those things to them on time. So I hope I can do that. Speaking of people from the Discord, Tario Frost, yo, what's up, Bruce? Yes, Bruce. Leonard is, I believe, the most. I want to say the most
Expensive
expensive
triple.
triple R, yeah,
Yeah.
which is pretty crazy. His
I
his,
guess.
his ability does warrant it. I understand,
Mhm.
and yeah, I can't wait to really get into building Bruce because I think it's been a thing with all the decks so far that it's just been very not boring, but it's been very restrictive in terms of what we can do because of course we only
Mhm.
have the start decks which don't have very good generic support outside of arguably like putting Trickstar in Eugene, but yeah, it's been really restrictive. The festival collection made it a little more fun just because
Mhm.
we started seeing cute little dogs and undead
Yeah,
pirate
first
decks.
like yeah.
Yeah.
I think in terms of the deck building aspect of the game for
Mhm.
now is because especially for dark states, like you can't really put one card from Final Rush to like a Magnus deck because
Mhm.
it's very restrictive of the Final Rush wording.
Yeah. That's why what you got to do is um is have the Bruce ride line, and that's the only Bruce stuff, and like just a couple of final rush things, and you slap Barrow Magnets on it. But even
Yeah,
then, you
because
don't get very much. I mean, you could you
oh
could
wait,
potentially like do a stupid Marjorie thing, but like other than
yeah,
that, it's
that's
not very
true.
good. uh,
Yeah, because you can start your turn at Final Rush and
yeah,
then go into Barrow Magnus. So
yeah,
it's a Barrow Magnus with Final Rush. But
yeah.
the soul count's gonna be slow.
Very true. Um, But I do think that is everything that we had to talk about with copium. So we move into the hopium.
The
Uh,
hopium.
yeah. So what do you want? Like in terms of in any aspect of the game when it comes to DBT2? Because for me, I just want I want less I want less Bastion.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, that's
it's
true, but it's probably not gonna happen
I
though.
know because I of all the decks I think in
Overdress.
Overdress right now, like in terms of DBT2, I think the least helped by DBT2 is I don't know. It's
Oh.
hard to say. Cuz I was talking
I
with
think it's Eugene
you think
probably.
Eugene?
Yeah, because Zorga got to retire. That's
Yeah.
already a big thing. Like you're converting one regard of your opponent into two of yours.
Mhm. That's true.
As for Orphis, you got a better early game
Mhm.
as to just going into your five shadow token fields and just go vanilla.
Yeah. Like a lot of decks were helped.
For Prison, I think they got the most
Yeah.
out of
They
the set.
yep, they did. The all the waifu taxes from the SP Seraph Snows went into more went into more R&D for the prison.
Turquoise.
Yeah.
Because they also got that PG for grade 2 things.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Violet, right? Something
Yeah,
or the purple.
Dairy Violet.
Oh, Daring Violet. There we go.
And then for Magnolia, I think it's not helpful that much. It
Urger.
just no, I mean for
Oh,
Magnolia.
yeah. Oh, Magnolia. I heard I'm like Nirvana.
So I think for Magnolia, it's just like I think it's a test of the player's deck building skills.
Yeah.
Because I think with that much toolbox in the Magnolia pool, out of a
Mhm.
sudden, it's like, yeah,
It's
it's up to
really
you to do what you want.
yeah, cuz it doesn't
And it
it
also allows like Magnolia to call cards without hand cards, if that
yeah.
makes sense, because
Mhm.
of wild inting, and the Daimonaru stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I think,
Daimanaru, that thing is so good. For the deck cuz
yeah,
it doesn't it makes you not have to, worry about having to persona ride every
yeah,
turn.
Persona Ride for multi attacks from the back row.
Yeah.
Also, one of the things that like I've thought of once Damanaru and Wild Int came around was because I think I was already planning on making a premium for Magnolia using the Grand Blue Stride,
Uh-huh.
because I think the Grand Blue Stride says ride from drop, so you
Grand
can
Blue
Persona Ride out of nowhere
Oh.
from with Magnolia
Oh,
with Bad Bounty, I think was its name.
oh, you monster.
So you can like multi attack with the Undead Dragon dude, the one
Uh-huh.
that gets plus 3k for each card in your drop.
Oh, well, I've been out of premium for years,
Yeah,
so
I think the dragon was from V. It's one of the early double R's for Grand Blue.
oh,
Yeah.
is it the Skull
Uh,
Dragon?
yeah, Skull
Yeah, yeah,
Dragon.
yeah, that thing. Yeah, it got a reprint, didn't it, in the clan selection? Or am I thinking something else?
I don't know.
Oh,
I think, yeah, I haven't really
you haven't
like
checked.
touched upon revival in the clan selections.
Oh, okay.
So what
Well,
else didn't we the
let's
other decks in terms of BT2
let's see.
support?
Nirvana.
Yeah, Nirvana got better.
Beware when when a trickstar
Yeah,
attacks by itself.
cause what's this? One of the problems that I think Nirvana had was because once they ran out of CBs
Mhm.
for Nirvana's on-attack skill, they're kinda like their deck kinda just died. But
Yeah.
because of Urger's skill being a counter charge after the Soul Blast 2, I think it made the deck more consistent. And of course, the counter charge can be used by Valiente.
Mhm. Yeah.
And also because like Urger's a 15k intercept.
That's true. Ermagerd.
Then, as for Eugene, I think the only good card he got was. Oh, wait, he only got two good cards.
Yeah.
the 5K double R, and then the dinosaur that stands itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And of course, there's Overlord, which I think is already doing better than Eugene.
Oh yeah, we also have PBD, which
Yeah, with
apparently, which
PBD.
I've seen
Yeah, I
in
think
some groups, people don't really like it. So, what do you think? Because I
yeah,
wanna
because
I wanna build it
I
for
think
sure.
with the game being as early as it is,
Mm-hmm.
retiring 3 rear guards is not really a good thing.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Well, at least for now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have Brenner, right? That counts as two.
Yeah, that counts
So.
as two. No, I mean like retiring two on the other side.
Oh
I
yeah.
think this is mainly why Eugene's not really doing that good, even if looking at its skill,
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been good, but because overdressed decks aren't really rearguard dependent for now, except maybe for Magnolia and Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, outside those two decks, it's like it's not really. Retires don't really matter that much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's what I think about Eugene not doing that well. Also, the Soul Blast 5 and the resting, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean the resting part doesn't matter as much anymore because we did get
Mm.
the dinosaur and it gets I believe it gets +5 when it restands,
Yeah, it
right?
gets +5.
So
But the only
that's
problem it has is it can only withstand if your opponent has one or less rear guard.
oh,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Yeah, I know. Would
But
have been better for the two or less at least, but
yeah.
it's Eugene. It's sad.
All right. Before we move into the next thing, we have JC Theater Yu-Gi-Oh in the chat. What's up, JC? I think the real Hopium news is Murakumo coming to Overdress. There are Murakumo-esque units in in Overdress. The Perfect Guard from the start deck.
Mm.
I think its name is
Rashi.
Yeah, that thing is
Tokashi
also
Rashi.
is a ninja dragon looking thing, and his abilities I'd say is decent. You know, if it's discarded, it goes into your soul,
So,
right? So that's nice. So you have ride deck fodder, yay. But yeah, I think. Oh, Hexa Orb. We didn't talk about the best deck of them.
oh,
Oh my god, Charles,
Hexor.
you monster.
Yeah, I
Hexa
think
Orb. Hexa Orb's a
one
deck
of the
now. It's like an
yeah,
actual
yeah,
deck
yeah.
now.
Just because of one order again.
Please don't say it on stream.
Oh, that order.
Yeah. Form up, oh
That
chosen knights. Yeah, but
yeah.
Diaglass Sorceress. Diaglass Sorceress is really
Yes,
good.
she's also good.
Exquisite Knight. I forgot
What's his
the name.
face?
Yeah, I forgot his name, but Exquisite Knight is only a
Mr. Top 2.
single R, yeah. I think though, when it comes to Octa Devote, I think I'd still run I think I would still run Fosado.
Fasado.
Yeah, just cuz I I don't know, like unless your opponent's at 5 damage and their only unit is their Vanguard, then
Mm.
most of the time they'll just let a rear guard go. So it does guarantee the counter charge and a soul charge.
Yeah. One of the things I've seen from having Octa Devotes is that you can proc 2 Lepistos in one turn.
That is
That is
true.
outside using Farm Up O Chosen Knights and even the Persona ability of Hexa Orb.
Mhm. That's true.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why I like Octa Devote that much is because with Hexa Orbs on ride. Oh wait, no, with Pentagleam.
Mhm. The top
Yeah,
3.
with Pentagleam, yeah, the top three. So you can set the trigger, non-trigger, then trigger.
Mhm.
Because of Octa Devote Soul Charge, you can just get rid of that non-trig.
That's true.
So that's
That's
one of the
true.
reasons why I put her in the deck. And because I think one of the big changes to a Hexorb deck outside people putting Alden, because just consistency to get Hexorb herself
Mhm.
from BT1,
Yeah.
is that in BT2 they put in a lot more grade 3s because of the order. because you
Mm-hmm.
need at least 4 in the field, including your Vanguard,
Yeah.
for it to have another drive.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have the right cards for your first grade return, I think you can have triple drive, and then for your next turn, a persona ride plus another order.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, you'll have 4 drive checks, and with the Exorb getting a lot more out of triggers. I think that's one of the reasons why she became relevant again. Because like a crit really matters for her,
Yeah.
especially with the fronts too. Like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm thinking of starting to run fronts now, just cause of how gross it is, right? Because that's plus 30 to your
Mhm.
field automatically.
No, that's plus.
Oh, plus
Oh yeah,
40,
plus
plus
30.
40.
No, plus 30.
Depending on how many units are in your front row, right? Because you get plus 30 from the front trigger itself, and then you can give another 10 to something, so that'd be
Oh
40.
yeah, true, true.
Field buffs for everybody, but only if you drive check a
Yeah.
trigger. One of the best things to do, one of the best things in a Hexa Orb deck is to just, especially on a Lepisto turn, is just drive checking an Martinoa right off the bat. Oh god, it's
These
disgusting.
costs.
Yeah, but I don't know if I might try to run the triple R grade 3, the elf archer boy.
Oh, the archer dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just cuz since the deck is so reliant on persona riding anyway, you
Yeah,
would be able to restand
that's
it, and it
true.
can boost. It could boost your Lepisto or whatever, cuz that, you know, at least that first swing, if you're not persona, well, if you're not persona riding, then it wouldn't work, but at least that would be a 36k
Mm.
lane, and that would be nice, and it would find
That's
use, because I
true.
don't think that I haven't seen many deck lists with that
Yeah,
particular triple
I think
R
it's the
in it.
worst triple R in the set in terms of usage.
Yeah.
Because I think it's one of the triple Rs that are just like, oh, I got it. It's like the Hexorb and Eugene for BT2.
Yeah, but now people
Like,
now the
oh
people who were
no.
getting those Hexa orbs are like, yes, worth.
Yeah, true, true.
Speaking of, how much is a Hexa orb now with the new release? I wouldn't be surprised if it was still at like a couple dollars, but I wouldn't be surprised if it went up either. Because I've been preaching this. Oh yeah, it's $6 now. $6. Some places selling it for 10, which is a lot, but I
Ooh,
mean, yeah, I mean,
at least it's getting somewhere. It's
yeah,
it's starting to become a triple R.
yeah. Considering that it was, like $2 a couple of weeks ago, like,
Oh, wait, really?
not a couple of weeks ago, but like it was really cheap when I got them. I think I got two. I don't remember how many I got, but
Yes.
from my boxes, but
Mm.
I didn't have to pay more than a McChicken meal at McDonald's
Oof.
to get the rest of them, and the Eugenes. The Eugenes are
Oh
super cheap
yeah.
too. So
It took me like 5 boxes to get a Hexorb.
yeah,
That's why I kind of didn't plan on building her.
yeah,
And
but now
then
you have
like
one.
yeah, with that like fifth box just
Uh
giving me one, I was like, oh no.
huh.
Yes, I have to now.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it. Like, in terms of meta, what do you think anything will change? Do you think we'll see a rise in priority, and
Yeah, I think
because I think Stoicheia, like with Magnolia, is a lot easier to pull off like early game rushes.
mm,
Because my
yeah, my only
problem.
problem with
Mhm.
Magnolia is that it kinda yeah, from what I said earlier
Mhm.
from the player check of deck building,
Mhm.
it also now kinda forces the player to think more about the resources.
Mhm.
So like I think all in all in Overdress, if you think like of a technical deck, you'd think
Mhm.
of Zorga.
Mhm.
But but I think it's even more so for Magnolia though. Like
Mhm.
it's a more technical deck than Zorga.
Yeah. Because I think like the early game pieces for Magnolia are the most important of all the decks, just because when we look at any deck that requires like grade 2s or lower, like Nirvana can search out the Nirvana ride
Mm.
line, I mean, can search out Trickstar and Virina, the regular,
Mm.
um,
Mhm.
like automatically, right? Zorga, like even if you toss your stuff, you can still get them out of the drop zone because
Mm.
Grand Blue. Uh,
Your only
Orphis
problem with
Orphis is
Zorga is
pretty,
breaking.
yeah. Zorga,
Yeah.
yeah. I noticed when we were playing yesterday, when you didn't get your stuff, then it just wouldn't work. But well, it's not that it wouldn't work. It's just that
Your
like
turns are lackluster.
yeah. But um I'm really hoping that we see, at least in DBT3, what I really
Yeah.
want is a
Swag
little more.
Dragon.
Yeah, but I want a little more early game support for Hexa Orb, cuz
Yeah,
with
because you're
the
not
new stuff
doing
coming.
anything up until grade 3, yeah,
Yeah,
because you don't have
exactly.
resources and the name restriction.
Yeah, so that was my main issue with the support out of this. So I'm hoping that they push Hexa Orb into more, at least, mid game.
Yeah,
Uh
because I think the reason why Bushi did that route with Hexa Orb was because of, if you remember what happened to OTT
mhm.
for the V series,
Yeah.
like the BT1 OTT
Yeah,
with Matarasu and Imperial Daughter.
yeah. Well, the problem was
Because
they gave them Victorious Deer, and that's ridiculous. You don't get that's not a BT1 type of card. That's like that's that's not right.
Because I think that's the reason why they kind of like started Hexa Orb with just being kind of weak.
Mhm.
Because yeah, the example I had was in the what's his face, the Amaterasu deck. Let's just call it that.
Mhm.
It lasted for like 4 sets
Yeah.
from VBT 1 to 04. It was relevant. The only
Mhm.
reason why it didn't become relevant at 4 was because of Shirayuki,
Yeah. Which was.
and all the Axel people got a bit better.
Mhm.
Because I
Yeah.
think Gopal started VBT 3. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was the time where that OTT deck started falling off, and I think the reason why they did that to Hexorb was because they didn't want it to like stay relevant for that long. That's why I'm kind of looking at Bastion now, where like for
Mhm.
2 sets, I think it's still the top, like the best deck, even though you just changed like what 3 cards, 4 cards. You put
Yeah.
in just a set or 3 of the new order.
Yeah. I don't know why I cannot bring myself to like Bastion. It's
Yeah.
just it's just so hard cuz like I've played a lot of decks in the past, and like regardless of the card game, once
Mm-mm.
once a once a deck literally only has one way to play, I become very
Mm.
very tired of it very quickly. So like I'll enjoy the novelty of it for a
Yeah.
while, but then after that I'm like, okay, yeah, I made that. Now let's move on to a deck that, like can help me win games even if I only have triggers in my hand.
Uses brain
But
cells. Wait, that is Bastion.
uh, no.
The most unga boonga deck. Unga boonga.
Yeah,
Because you
like
have like what? 16 triggers plus how many grade 3s? Oh
the
wait,
entire deck.
let's count. There's a deck has 50 cards.
Yeah.
-4 for the ride line, -16 for the triggers.
Mhm.
So that's -20. Then
Mhm.
-4 for the PGs. So what, 26?
Yeah.
26 grade 3s?
Yeah.
So 26 grade 3s plus the 16 triggers. So you have what, 42? 42 triggers in deck
Yeah.
once you get to grade 3.
Yeah, and
So
then
it's like
they
there's almost always no bad drive checks.
I know that's why I find it so weird that they gave them form up, cuz I'm like, why? Like what are the
Yeah.
chances that a Bastion player will whiff their drive checks?
Hmm.
Like Why? I of course I speak from a more distant standpoint
Mm-mm.
from tournaments, but of course when the format first started, I was a little more keen just so I know like what I should focus on, what I should probably stay away from, and I completely just ignored all of the warning signs. But um like Bastion just feels like one of those decks that it feels like OTT BT1. It feels like it came out a
Oh yeah,
little too
has
strong out of the
it
gate.
has everything it needed.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Where
with Alden, Posado, and Dark Strain,
yeah,
and Rafluke. What
yeah,
what weirds me out is Rafluke's in the start deck.
yeah, it's so much worth. And
It's like
like
for me that's a double R card.
yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's just
Mm.
that, it saturates the meta so hard cuz not everyone will play it like for anyone who's watched CardFight Con's uh
I think they
overdressed
opted to
tournament.
stay away
Yeah,
just to not
I think
get
there was
all the
only
sweat.
I think there were only like one or two, I believe, if I can remember the the participants correctly.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean
Yeah,
there
because
are
even one of the ContiBreak members, Freckles
mhm,
or Primo,
yeah.
he doesn't want to use the deck anymore.
Mhm.
It's like that's the reason why he used Texorb for last week,
Yeah,
and
see, and he got the
I don't
top
know.
8 with it.
Yeah, he got
He
stopped
got the
with it.
top 8 with half a deck. Like really.
And he wasn't even using Alden or whoever. It's just purely the Exorb stuff. I think the only non-Hexa Orbi card there is what, Fasado? But
Well,
even
yeah,
with
like
Fasado, like what Fasado does is the resources needed by Hexorb. So
yeah,
I think you
it's a
can still
very
call
good
it
generic
a
card, yeah.
Hexorb card. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's generic. It's
That's probably why the most expensive double R next to Arcs. Or if anything, one of the two.
mhm.
Because I think Fasado's
Let's
even
see.
more expensive than Arcs, I think.
Let me bring that up actually. Let's see. Knight of War Damage Fasado.
Sade. Fasadi.
Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness. It's okay,
What?
hold on. That's a little skewed. Okay. I freaked out for a sec cuz it was $30, but then I realized, oh wait, no, that's
SP.
no, it's from a vendor on TCG Player that tends to like mark up their prices a little more. But the market price I believe for is $17 to $18, and that's not bad.
Yeah, true. But it's a double R. Like
Yeah.
from the first set again.
Yeah. But like, you know,
Yeah, but I can
until
see it working up until like the new stuff comes out. Cause
mhm.
I mean, you already have like form up chosen knights from like what the second set. That's like
Yeah.
a late booster like support. I don't know why. I don't know. Keter's being.
Keter's being very sus. The
Yeah.
Keter sustuary.
Because I mean, Blaster Blade, like, he got babied so hard
Yeah.
by Bushy. And he
Yeah.
didn't even get this kind of good support.
I know.
And then, like,
I do think though that it's foreshadowing in the anime just cuz for spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't watched the anime, Charles.
oh, because Toya got
Um
appointed, blah, blah. Is
yeah,
that?
he becomes like de facto the new leader of Blackout. But we'll get into that later
Ah.
when we talk about the new start deck coming out in January. But I think that's everything we have for DBT2, unless there's anything you want to throw in there.
I don't know. Just deck builds are still very straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
For price changes, though, I don't know. Because
Yeah.
the thing we have for DBT2 is that we have 2 months, August and September,
Mm-hmm.
and late July, the last 2 weeks of July, to like work with a set before new stuff comes in outside PR cards.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lyrical's coming out on October, so we have like what, August and September to work with DBT2. So I don't know. Things might change. People might look or find a way to like cuck Bastion now.
Yeah.
'Cause I mean, in terms of consistency, like even in terms of like V, like
Mm-hmm.
early V standard,
Yeah.
it's like Bastion's the most consistent. Because yeah, that's what I said earlier. You have 42 triggers in deck,
Yeah. And like
and
you
you
literally
have a
just need the
card that
thing.
made you get another drive check.
I know.
Yeah,
It's like
because like in from all the games I played against Bastions in my locals and in the remote fight I had yesterday, it's like one crit really like makes Bastion win.
mm-hmm.
It's like you already attack with one lane. Of course, your opponent will not guard because they need the counterblast. If you get a crit there, it almost ensures that you win
Yeah.
because of the tempo of a Bastion deck.
Mm-hmm. Because it's so weird that like the deck does so much out of the gate in game, like away from the what do you call it, the support. I mean, yeah, like the card pool that it has. Like Bastion's skill itself is just ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
why would you? I mean, it has happened in the past, like with drive checking like a specific thing, but
Mm.
it hasn't. It was never like to this scale. I don't think. Because
Yeah, because I think calling back to like a Daikaiser deck from
mm-hmm.
long ago,
Yeah,
which requires you to drive check a grade 3.
yeah,
The reason why that deck wasn't really that consistent or it flopped a lot of times is because they didn't have a ride deck.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
They didn't have the option of putting everything else grade 3 outside, like the things they have to ride to get to grade 3.
mm-hmm.
And also, uh, them drive checking a grade 3 requires them to have a resource, I think. It was CB something.
And it was a limit break ability.
Yeah, you had to be at 4 before you can use everything.
Yeah,
But when you drive check grade 3s, you're just, oh no, I don't have cards to guard with. That's what the problem they had was.
yeah, and then they, oh my god, and then of course they had big snake witch Solaria. Like why?
Yeah.
Oh no, not Solaria. Sorry, the other one. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. But like, even like,
Oh,
why would?
Koha something? Koha
Yeah,
Biel?
yeah. Like why? Yeah. Like I would have understood if they gave it like 5K shield, but
Mm,
that's
for
a
each
15.
something.
Yeah, that's a 15K guard in a full field. Yeah, like unless
Yeah.
you're playing against the Barrow Magnus or a retire deck in general, then this card will always be useful, and it's a common.
Yeah.
It's a one.
Yeah, we're looking
It's a
at.
dollar.
They keep
Oh
saying
no,
that
it's a dollar.
Bastion has its pros and cons.
But there are way
But
more pros. There's
yeah,
so
yeah,
many
yeah.
pros. It's
If you're gonna
not
say
even
that
fair.
the deck's weak to early rushing, I
Mhm.
don't think there's a deck that can do that consistently.
Hexa Orb can.
That's no, I mean from like grade 1 to grade 2. But my
Um,
problem there is once Bastion starts healing because they have more damage than
than
their
you.
opponent, it
Yeah.
just balances out again.
Yeah. But then like
And like
at the same time though,
uh
you get the argument that like
if you say that you've pushed Bastion to 3 to 4 damage, they can
mhm,
just convert all those counterblasts into draws now. And
yeah.
you can argue again that with all the draws they've been getting, it's just gonna be grade 3s again. But no, that's
Yeah.
not what's happening. Because, yeah, you can say that there's an easy like counterplay to Bastion,
Mhm.
but you can't really argue that most people that top is like Bastion. Like even with the recent team tourney from Japan,
Mhm.
like I think it's 3 players per team. Like every team had Bastion. You can't really argue that it's
Yeah.
a it's just getting hyped. It's just because people are using like overusing it. No, it's because of
No.
how consistent the deck is.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
let's
Also,
let's turn it back a bit cuz we went from DBT2 to why is Bastion too good?
because you said meta shift.
Yeah. Yeah, but like
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, so get
Yeah.
okay. So let's move on with the
Yeah.
other decks with Bastion up there.
Okay, yeah. So Bastion tier 0 will never drop. What do you think would be next? What are your top 3 decks for the
The big
DBT2 format?
three.
Yeah, the big 3.
It's the second will probably be Bruce, and then the third one is Prison.
Because of beat scram or
Because the
whatever it's
reason why Prison is doing better is because it directly counters Bruce
called.
and all the other decks.
Yeah. What order would you put them in?
Second will be Bruce,
Bruce,
and then third
Prison.
will be Prison.
That
Because
makes
like
sense.
if you have two turquoises,
Oh god, turquoise. Yeah, turquoise.
turquoise.
That's 3.
If you have two,
Turquoise. Oh no, that's
if you have
this is
two
trois.
turquoises.
Yeah, turquoise.
What's her first name? Perry. Dario?
Perio.
Perio.
Mm.
If you have two turquoises on the field, every time someone escapes prison, that's already -10.
Yeah, they get out, but
So-
it's with parole. They're
Yeah.
under house arrest. They have the what do you call it? They have the leg
The
thing.
ankle
The
monitor.
ankle. Yeah, that's literally what happens. And their new order card, right? I believe it's the 24-hour coverage.
Prisons.
Lets you rip
It's-
from hand.
It's already a -1 from hand, and they also have that perfect guard for grade 2s and below.
Yeah. So, sorry, Nirvana.
Yeah, and again, I don't want to go back to Bastion again, but the
Stop it.
reason why Prison can't beat Bastion right now is because of Fasado. You can't really do anything about Fasado.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's like what's her face? Pink.
Reset.
What's her
Pink.
name?
Reset.
Yeah, Result Pink will imprison one from hand, and they're just gonna put Fasado, and you're like, oh, okay.
Thanks.
And you're just gonna see your opponent with 2 Fasados front row. Yeah.
Oh great.
Game.
Oh
So
wow.
they're
This
just gonna start
this deck is so
protecting
balanced.
the Fasados now. It's like get.
Yeah. Like.
But with the new order, that one that imprisons from hand, it just enables Prison to have a fighting chance against Bastion again.
Yeah.
Not unless they just keep like imprisoning Refluke from hand, and you're like, what?
Yeah, because like there's so much worth in a Bastion deck when it gets imprisoned. Like yeah, you have Fasado you can bring out very easily. You have Refluke, which you can bring out, and then Soul.
Oh yeah, one deck I want to see getting better now is Magnus.
Yeah.
Because speaking of Bastion again, I think Magnus is its counter.
Yeah,
in a
direct counter.
sense.
I think yeah, because
Yeah.
it's non-targeting removal on the field, right? So. Yeah, unless they give Bastion, like I feel like they're gonna give Bastion a way to call from the soul, but unless they have
No, I
something
don't
like
think
that,
so. Once Bastion gets soup calls, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just gonna keep breaking the meta, or just
it's gonna
being
stay on
the
the
meta
top.
again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they do call him the Apex lead, the Apex leader, so it kind of makes sense.
yeah.
It's just annoying that it makes sense.
Talking about the lore for Overdress right now, I think I've just read up on a few of them, and I think Bastion is doing what I remember Claret Sword or
yeah.
Kanzaki at least from
Yeah.
the G anime.
I
think that's what he's doing.
Leading
Like
a
the
rebellion.
whole- No, the dictatorship thing.
Oh yeah, he does seem like the kind of guy. But anyway, let's
Mr. Dictator.
so Prison.
Yeah, that was the big 3.
Yeah, Prison and Bruce.
I
So
should probably edit a Boku no Hero image with those 3 again.
oh my god, let's not.
The big 3.
Please don't. But yeah, like what do you call it? Lemillion would be a Bastion.
Is this too broken?
He's broken. And then what do you call it? Then he gets
Hajime.
yeah, but then he'll get hit by the
when he
bullet.
gets stripped off of his
Yeah.
power. It's
Yeah.
like, screw you, Bastion.
Yeah. Oh man. But anyway,
That will be the day.
yeah, that'll be the day.
But Bruce is like getting there.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
Leonard can deal with Bruce better than anybody else because of the columnar attack.
Yeah, that's true. But at least,
Like-
it's not like Final Rush happens right away.
Yeah, true.
Like you still have to wait an extra turn. Yeah. Like with Bastion, it's like, oh, you're grade 2, I'm grade 3, full field. Dry tech grade 3, I win the game.
Yeah,
It's
true.
It's
Especially
gross.
because of Alden's like on attack skill that it
Yeah.
scales until end of turn.
Mm-hmm. This. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, we should probably stop about that, dude.
Yeah.
M-
Let's
Mister.
let's stop talking about DBT2 now. Okay. Let's put on our sailor hats and let's go whaling, shall we?
Get your harpoons out.
Get your harpoons out because we're going to Lyrical Monasterio. So this is one of the sets that was actually like really delayed, I think, right? Because this was supposed to come out in
No. Oh yeah, September. The trial deck was
September.
on September.
Yeah, but now it's
Both of them are on October now.
yeah, so it's been pushed back a lot more.
The
Um,
tyranny of Mr. Bastion will
yeah,
be up until the whales come around.
yeah. Um, but yeah, so far the support looks nice. I do like the because I believe two different ride lines have been shown already, but I do
Yeah,
like
the
the
angel
start
one.
the trial deck one a little more.
Mm. It reminds
But
me of the Lizilot trial deck, where
yeah,
it's so vanilla, but your numbers are just huge.
yeah, because you just put something down, and you
That's
slap with
supposed
it, and
in.
then bounce it back, and
My only
then you
problem
have the
with them
whale.
though is my only problem with them is like their base numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like after you've placed them, you you have like a 3K.
Oh, that's true.
But you know, your Vanguard when it attacks, it pushes them back or
Mm-hmm.
it bounces them back to hand. So I think that's the trade-off there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
'Cause once you couldn't bounce back your people, you're just like 3K.
Yeah, but what do you think of the support so far, and what do you think that they need? Because I don't remember how many different races they said are going to be in here, right? Because they said there were going to
There's
be
a
humans and
total of 7 decks, I think.
seven decks in this set. Okay.
Yeah, because I think you have the one from the start deck. You have the angel. You have a dragon
Mm-hmm.
or the Dracoroid, the werebeasts, the cat girls.
Mm-hmm.
You have human, the
Mm-hmm.
one that uses stones, the stoner.
uh,
Then I think what are the other else? You have the succubus looking one,
uh-huh.
and then there's one more. God. Mm,
No mermaids.
I think that was the mermaid. Which wait,
So
we
mermaids
shall.
just don't exist anymore.
Yeah, but with the current like lyrical spoils, the angel one reminds me a lot of like a Shadowverse kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cause
Yeah.
one of their classes there is Portal Craft,
Yeah.
where if you have an even number of cards in your deck, resonance is active. So
Mm-hmm.
once you draw, it'll like you're not being resonance anymore.
Uh-huh.
But for Alice Steel, the angel one,
Uh-huh.
it requires you to have, I think, the total grade in your bind zone
Okay. Yeah, cuz I was reading it and
to be odd or
I
even.
just yeah, I couldn't understand. So I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'll wait for somebody to explain it to me." But yeah, like I like the aesthetic of the
Mm-mm.
nation in general. It looks really nice. Um I just don't want to get into it cuz I know that when it comes it's not that I don't like the
Girls.
I don't it's not that I don't like that. It's just that whenever we get into the territory of like waifu decks and things like that,
Mm,
cards get expensive for no reason.
yeah.
Like in Seraph Snow's case, there is a reason for it because the deck is really good. But
Mm.
you know, like I can't help but feel like a couple of those dollars on the price tags of these cards are because they are, you know, quote unquote waifu. So
Yeah.
I'm not excited for that, but that's not gonna stop me from picking up a trial deck and a couple
I
boxes
wasn't
just for
also
fun.
planning on like having a lyrical. I was thinking of skipping the set entirely.
Mm-hmm.
But because when I was selling my extra Zorga deck,
Mm-hmm.
because I built another one out of boxes,
Mm-hmm.
uh, one of and one of the ContiBreak members again, I think Alfred,
Mm-hmm.
he just said that he'll take the deck in exchange for a case slot for a case split for lyrical.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be getting the stoner girl one. Her face. She's named Willista.
Duelista.
Prismagica Willista. I
Would
don't
it?
know, cause I think I'm expecting for lyrical is because they're all just gonna be a lot of gimmick decks.
Mm-hmm.
Cause they already spoiled Alistiel where I think their teaser for it was it. I think it was the similar to Chronofang's one,
Uh-huh.
where its abilities will depend with how many cards are in the bind zone. That's
Yeah.
what they used to tease it with.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, when I saw that, I was like, I think, yeah, it's gonna be a gimmick deck. And then I saw Prismagicus one, where you'll have two type of stones, and then
Mm-hmm.
your abilities depend on I don't know whichever stone's active, I guess. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm already thinking of an order. So again, a gimmick deck.
Yeah.
And then I think for the Dracoroid one, the dragon one,
Mm-hmm.
I think it requires you to have a full field. So I think that's a Bermuda thing, an
That'll
old
be
Bermuda thing.
that'll be hard though.
Yeah, and even with the trial deck, I think that's a callback to old Bermuda thing.
Yeah. The trial deck for
Because
sure is like
it's
old
basically
Bermuda.
Olivia without the crit, yeah.
Let me
Because like when it
bring it up.
attacks, you bounce two. If you're Persona Road, you can call two.
Mm-hmm.
So that's again old school Bermuda stuff. The only thing I forgot was the were beasts, the cat girls, and the vampire one.
That's okay. Now, the one I'm excited for the order cuz
The whale.
yes, we're going whaling, boys. But yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how this gets teched into things because it is very very generic. All you have to do is counterblast 2. It doesn't require any specific name
Yeah, what
of Vanguard.
scares me is that it will be used in premium.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the Popori loop?
The potpourri loop. No, I've
Yeah.
I've heard that there is a loop, but I don't know exactly what it is.
Uh, cause do you remember one of the melody cards, the pink one? God, I
No.
can't remember their names. Cause her skill is if she's a Vanguard, you Soul Blast 2.
Mm-hmm.
All on hit abilities, even though they didn't hit, will activate.
Activate. Ew.
And Popori's skill is if in Harmony, when its attack hits, you bounce one card, then you call it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you have uh your Vanguard as a pink, the pink Melody Lady, and then you have like two Poporis on your side.
Mm-hmm.
And because your Vanguard has a force marker, you just up to force 2. Then your
Oh
Poporis
god.
will just swing for a limited number of attacks.
Oh my goodness, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I remember pulling
So
the SP potpourri. I was so happy, and then I think I traded it to Alfred or something. I don't remember after a while, but yeah.
yeah, because that deck doesn't really use counterblast.
Mm-hmm.
So if you put in the whale order, the Popori will gain +5.
Yeah. Mm.
So I don't know. Like some of the things that come out, it's like I consider its use in premium because I
Mm-hmm.
think that's one factor that it gets its like market price.
Yeah,
It
for
doesn't
sure.
really do that to our place because I don't know. Our market and the east western market is very very different.
Yeah. Well, I'd put an asterisk on even that because it's more of the North American market that's really weird. Like the European market's still pretty good in terms of prices, I believe. At least the last time I heard. But yeah,
Yeah,
like things get marked up here really quickly for I don't know why. I don't
true.
know why it's so expensive. But at least
But
right now,
I
the
think
BT2
Europe's the
stuff is
land of
interesting.
premium right now. Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. Like I don't wanna put like a definite yes or no on that, but
because even
yeah.
here, with the remote fights going on, I think the capital of Philippines.
Mhm.
So that's where like most card fighters are. They called
Mhm.
for a premium remote fight, and I think no one showed up.
Okay.
There's only like That's not even including me. I was gonna join if there were enough players, but I think there were only like 2 signed up,
Okay.
so that was kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
Also, looking at going back to DBT2,
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that I wanted to expect from it coming out is that it will retain the players that came in from DBT1,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't really, I don't know, can't really make people stay if
If they
you're
don't
just
like it,
gonna
yeah.
get slapped with you have to spend again.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the thing with any hobby. It's just that it's a lot it's a lot easier to do on release or like
Mm,
pre-order. Like it's sad that that's the way it is because it becomes if you don't start early, then you'll either be behind the entire time that you're playing or you'll be spending more. So,
yeah, but at least they'll have more budget options now
yeah.
with the second set with more single R's and commons coming in. It's like,
And
yeah.
especially them being like pretty worth. Like cuz there aren't very many cards here that are like what is this? And you just like throw it in the trash.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, like we're getting the more like budget options for decks like oh god, I don't want to say it again, but Bastion is getting like the support that he gets in DBT2
This is a
like
single R.
is not very expensive. I mean, the SP of Refurzos is only $11. Like
Oh god.
if you wanted to get those, like you
And I
can
have one.
he's only his market price his pre-sale price right now is only $2. The Soaring Dragon, a Prideful Dragon is only $2 again, but again um these are pre-sale prices, so they're probably going to shoot up as soon as release hits. But it does give newer players who missed DBT1 and don't want to spend, the 20 to like $30 on Fasados and Aldens and stuff because there are more budget options now. Um, but yeah, I really like it. I really like where the prices are.
Mm.
And as much as I hate to say it, like it's been the meme of today's episode. Um,
The
Bastion
best feat.
Bastion is getting more ways to play, even though there is like the one true way to play. You still do have
Mm.
other ways that you can, and yeah, I think that's good for the player base, and it doesn't bar new players from joining on a budget, right? Because if you wanted to play a Bastion
Yeah,
deck,
true.
if their locals still had any start decks and they're not being assholes and charging, like double the price, then that's $4 MSRP. Then you can pick up the Refurzos. You already have the Reflux. You can pick up the only expensive thing that you'd really need to get is the Overtrigger or Martinoa, because that's like
Mm.
that is a
Alden.
must need. Yeah, like
Yeah, Martino was
Fasado and Alden. Like if
not
you didn't want to
really.
spend them, if you didn't want to spend for them, then you don't
You can
have
always
to.
up to Solaria if you don't have Alden.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, exactly. So it's like, there aren't too many
And
bad
you have
things.
Formapo Chosen Knights again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Form Up Chosen
Just
Knights is really cheap too because it's only a single R. It'll be
it's a
very
single R.
accessible. I would be
I for
very
I
surprised if it
forgot to ask
was.
you about
Yeah.
this.
Mm-hmm. What?
You want?
What? What is it? Oh wait, I can't see. Oh.
Oh.
Ugh. I don't know. It's expensive right now. I'll have to see. I'll have to see what my wallet looks like after my case break.
Yeah, same. Because I'll have to because I think after next week
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to get a set of Zorga now, SP.
Oh wow, that's
So
nice.
the only things I'll be missing for the full bling Zorga from set 1 is 2 Hendrinas and 1 crit.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the new set coming in, I think I'll have to look for 3 of the fronts and 3 of Rogue Hunter and 1 regurgitation.
Oh.
So that's kind of why I want the case now, so that I know what I'll do now. Because
Yeah.
if our case doesn't bring up a DSR, I'm gonna be real sad.
Uh, I'm hoping to get a DSR too. I'll be live streaming the opening for a bunch of them, so that'll
I
be
want to
fun.
do that to mine too, but it's better to just open with the takers.
Mhm.
Like we'll just be in the back of our locals, just a bunch of like card goblins. Like, oh
card
yes.
card goblins in the card mines.
Yeah.
Uh, but anyway, let's we'll just get back on track here. Uh, so that's it. That's it for Lyrical Monasterio and DBT2. I'm hoping that the way that I'm hoping for a ride line that doesn't have a triple R. If that sounds weird at all.
I
Um,
yeah.
I
You
doubt it
have the
will
start
happen.
deck.
Well, that doesn't count because that's like because that's super easy to get. But like I'm hoping that there will be a double R ride line or just a budget ride line for Lyrical Monasterio because is the booster set going to be a regular BT or is there going to be an EB?
I don't know.
Let me bring it up real quick.
I'll do the same.
Let's see.
It's a booster set.
Oh, okay.
It's a D-lyrical booster set, so it's not.
That's not an EP. Okay. Well,
Yeah, it's an LBT.
okay. So
Hey.
but yeah, I don't think it'll happen, but I hope that there is just so that the triple R's aren't too, you know, hit or miss cuz that would really suck. Like especially if you're not in a case break that you can guarantee that you'll get what you want.
Yeah, they're
So
all triple R's, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why 10? Oh, because you have the over trigger. Yeah, I see. Okay. Oh wait, no, there's still ORRs. Okay.
yeah, cuz they don't have their own nation trigger yet. So that would make sense.
Yeah, but they have like what, 5 types of over triggers?
Oh my goodness. It's token
And
random.
they have 10 triple R's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They have 12 double R's.
Well, this will be this.
Why am I counting? It's up there. Includes 120 cards, 10 types of triple R's, 12 types of double R's, 5 types of ORRs or over triggers.
Oh my goodness.
That's 30 single R's, 63 commons, and 112 parallel cards.
This will be very
they have-
interesting. It'll be very
they have
very interesting.
5 types of LSR, the lyrical rare, I think.
Yeah, probably.
And then they have the lyrical special pack,
Mhm.
where everything in there is an LSP. So that's the money pack there.
Uh-huh.
Then you have 50 types of SPs. And then you have 50 types of hollows. And like like what do you call this? For DBT1 and DBT2, each only has like what, 40 types of SPs?
I think so, yeah.
So this is really getting the whale treatment.
Yeah. I mean,
And the one thing that
they're on a
jealous
flying
of
whale. They're on a flying whale.
one-
What can you do?
One thing that I'm jealous of this set is they have frameless triple R's.
Really?
Like the one they spoiled,
Oh,
the squirrel looking girl,
I
or the
haven't
dog one.
I haven't seen it.
It's like they showed like 2 frameless triple R's like last on their live stream last Tuesday.
Oh,
It was
okay.
this Tuesday.
Mhm. That's
Like
crazy.
why? Jesus.
That's not fair. Maybe they'll start implementing it come DBT3. Who knows? But speaking of
sending it on-
DBT3,
This code.
delays
Look at
for
that.
what?
I
What?
sent something on Discord.
Oh, wait. I can't open it right now.
Oh.
Oh wait,
All right.
I can look
Is
at it on
there
my phone.
anything?
Let's see if I can. But anyway, moving into DBT3. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, that looks nice. That looks really nice. But yeah, DBT3 is supposed to come out in
November.
November. It's
got
now
pushed
December. Um, I think we already talked about what we hope is going to happen. Bruce just gets steadily better.
I want to
Hexa
make
Orb.
predictions for BT3
Okay, go ahead. What do you think? One shot
because
answers for each one. Let's go. All 10 decks.
no, there's already 12 now with BT2,
Oh yeah, all 12
and
decks.
there's gonna be 15 decks on BT3
Oh yeah. Oh
because
yeah,
we
that's
have
true.
Swag Dragon and
Yeah.
Maelstrom on something.
And what do you
It's
call
like
it?
that dragon meme, the three dragons,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like two dragons are looking at the one dragon that
Yeah.
looks all derpy.
Yeah. Um yeah, that and what do you call it? The freaky alien hive mind thing.
Yeah, the deleters based one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
What do you think will happen?
I'm going with a Zorga, like being top three at that point.
Mhm.
I believe
Okay.
it's either Zorga or Magnolia to be more
Pushy.
to yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think yeah, because the next ride line for Stoicheia says that it focuses more on having multi attacks. Like the
Okay.
more attacks you do, the Vanguard gets something, I think.
Uh-huh.
And if you have rear guards that like multi attack by themselves without restrictions, I think that's already a good thing
For
for
Magnolia, oh god.
Magnolia.
Yeah.
Because yeah, if you're gonna Daimanaru that guy, then you're gonna swing twice from the back. That's not nice. And yeah, if you're gonna pair that with Zorga,
Mhm.
because Zorga can use the Grief, Despair, and Rejection,
For power, yeah.
plus the Nectar of Sensationalism,
Mhm.
the one that gives +5 for each 5 cards in your drop.
Mhm.
So that's already a +10 from Grief, and then
Ew.
X amounts of +5s from the other order.
Yeah.
So if that rear guard goes like multi-attacking,
Uh-huh.
it's like, oh. And if you've reached like a later state in the game where you have 15 cards in your drop, that thing also has crit.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah, this is basing off of if Stoicheia gets a generic multi-attacking
Yeah.
rear guard card.
I feel like if it's going to get one, then it'll be name locked.
A
Cuz
tidal assault.
that would break Stoicheia decks for
It
sure.
wouldn't really break though, because it's already the third set. I'm pretty sure
That's true.
the other decks will be getting something similar to it.
That's
Hopefully
true.
not that guy again.
Yeah.
He who shall not be named.
Yeah. Yeah, let's not talk about him. I'm hoping that the new Varina that we get is
Oh yeah,
I
the
don't
centaur one.
yeah, I don't want to say restanding again, but I feel like that's the only thing Virina can do at this point, or like just multi
True.
attacks. But I just don't want the restand to be on hit, because Valiente was so expensive to be an on hit.
Mm,
It's naturally big, but then when you play
yeah.
against Prison, oh goodbye. When you play
Yep.
against Eugene, oh goodbye. When you play against another Nirvana, there's a chance that it will just poof away. So, um, something that either
Mm,
takes the skills of its original
it's hard.
dresses. Yeah,
Or even hard. Lol.
yeah.
Yeah, it's OD.
Yeah, it's ODs. But yeah, I'm hoping that it does something akin to that. It'll be nice if it does. But
Mm,
I don't know. I don't wanna think, because one thing too that kind of um that kind of concerns me is that we have the next topic, which is the new start deck, which is the Blaze Maidens, the new Blaze Maidens, which I
oh,
want to talk about a little bit. But I feel like if DBT3 stuff is um is going to be the season 2 set
mm,
for the Overdress anime, the it
Oh
won't
no, it's
be.
BT4.
Is it BT4 that will be the
Yeah,
okay?
BT4 will be the first set of the next season.
Okay, so this is just a random. This is just a random thing in
Yeah,
between.
because I think they just put in this set to balance out them putting out DO and PBD.
Okay, I
Also,
see.
like, gives a chance for newer players to come into the game, even if they started late. Because
Okay.
if you missed the BT1, BT2 stuff, you can still have the BT3 stuff. So, big speculation here about having new over triggers and PGs, but I think that should be for BT4 if it's
Yeah,
gonna be
if it's for a new
the
season,
booster
yeah,
for the new season, yeah.
yeah, because this is like, I guess you would call it like just a bridge set, I guess,
Mm.
right? So, it would make more sense for it to be in BT4. My thing is like, why not release more start decks too, right? Because we're only getting the one new one. And some
Yeah,
of
because
those
I
will be
think
reprints, so that'll be
they
nice.
theme start decks around anime characters though, because
Yeah.
it's more marketable that way.
Mm-hmm. And
Because you can
yeah.
attach a character to it.
Uh-huh.
Because I think one of the speculations I have for season 2 is that Danjis will be using another deck.
Yeah, I feel like it. Either that or DBT3 will give us some freaky Bruce support.
Diabolos
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
Like,
I
he's
feel like
going
that's what's
to
going to
the
happen.
dark side.
Yeah.
Hence the dark states.
or or maybe this is just something that I just thought of. Maybe we'll get grade 3s that have the same name but different abilities. Cuz
Mm.
cuz they do
Yeah,
it
because
in they
Persona
do it in
Riding
Digimon.
is.
Yeah. They do it in
I
Digimon.
think that's one of the things that limited Bushi's like creativity for boss cards because of
Mhm.
its Persona Ride thing
Yeah.
restriction.
So at least this way,
Hopefully.
like that would create like variance in a certain deck on its own, like
Mm.
out like just within the ride line, right? Do I want to run OG Bruce or do I run this next Bruce, right? Because they have done that in the past
Yeah.
with everything, right? Like
Yeah. Especially for G bosses.
yeah, it's just different versions of the same unit, but
Mm.
they could do that because um but then like still make there be a merit in running what do you call it, in running
The older one.
the older one, because I remember Bushy saying that these boss monsters from the start decks will last you a pretty long while. Depending on how long
Mm.
they were referencing to is
Just
a
a year
completely different thing. Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
I
What
think
can
it
That's
should
okay.
only be a year, I
Yeah.
think. Because
Mm-hmm.
once you bought stuff at the start of the year. Wait, when was Overdress? May, yeah?
Yeah.
Or was it April?
It was
Yeah, I think it
May. It was
was May.
May. May.
Yeah, so from May up until like what, January next year,
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll still be using Nirvana.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're still not sure what BT4 has.
Yeah, we're
Like
not
there's
sure at
still
all.
no teaser images for it
Mm-hmm.
or whatever is in there. It's another set for the Five Nations. That's it.
Yeah. All right.
I think for BT3,
Mm-hmm.
what else is there? I think it should be support that will close out the five start decks.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if anything it will give more support to the five start decks rather than the five other decks that came with it in BT1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As for Keter and Dragon though, I'm not sure because that's gonna be three decks to support.
Yeah. So
Oh, wait,
that
that's
leads
true
me
for
to
everyone because there's a
yeah.
new ride line for the others. Pala.
Yeah. That
Hmm.
leads me into what I want to talk about a little after. But
Mm.
this kind of opens up Bushy to having nation extra boosters. So I mentioned this like really quickly
Oh, yeah, yeah.
on Outer Orange's stream. But it would make a lot of sense to do that
That's
because you
true.
could have sets specifically for this nation. Like each
Yeah,
ride line would
that's
have
true.
like 3-4 cards of new support, and then it would all be like either reprints or generic support.
Mm.
But that gives Bushy the option to do it because it doesn't make sense to keep diluting the new sets with, you know, like older support, especially if they want to keep pushing out new ride lines. Because the first two ride lines, remember, the two new ride lines in DBT2 are encounters,
Yeah,
right? They're
I
not,
think they'll
they're
be
technically
dropped
not new
eventually.
lines, right? And
Mm.
these won't get I don't think they'll get consistent support. Um,
Mm.
and then next year they're going to release another two, right? Because I think that they're going to they're only going to release new encounter cards like once a year.
True.
So that'll, at least the
So I
nation boosters will give them that option to at least give them the ability to support everything at the same time, or at
mm,
least, you know, like push these out year by year. It would bring us back to you know, old Vanguard product, because
yeah,
a lot of people complained that they would buy a deck, they would buy a clan, and then that clan would get no support for an entire year and just get like completely power cracked. But it's like, it's Vanguard, you
yeah,
don't
true.
play just one deck. But like you know, it's it does put us into a rotation like that again, but it's not as big because the nations aren't just, you know, specific
'Cause
clans
that's your
anymore.
whole card pool.
Yeah, exactly. You get an entire card pool and you get to play around with that for however long, and then you still have the regular boosters in the set
Yeah,
rotation. So that would be,
yeah.
that would really help. But that's just me spitballing. I feel like that's what
Mm,
they would do, and I feel like that's what they should do. But yeah, that's all I have for BT3.
mm,
That's my concern for BT3 now that there are 15 different ride lines to play around. Well,
true.
technically 16, right? Because Stoikea got that budget
Well, the
Zorga.
commons. Yeah.
Yeah, they got the budget
Oh yeah,
Zorga.
going back to the encounter thing,
Uh huh.
I think they'll stop getting stuff after BT3 probably.
You think so?
That's yeah, because I think that's the reason why they brought in the
The new
Blaze
ride line.
Seal Maidens,
Oh, okay.
just to replace the Overlord stuff. So I'm
Well,
pretty sure there's gonna be a new Keter deck then,
yeah,
if that's
probably.
the case.
We'll see.
That
Maybe.
sounds logical to me at least.
Yeah, maybe
Like
Toya will get a new deck.
the encounter cards are just there for yeah, nostalgia.
Yeah. Like,
And
oh, you're back in the game. Now get a new deck.
even if they don't get support, they'll just the generic stuff is always good. I mean, Overlord can get Eugene stuff and do
Yeah.
better stuff with it. It's the sad part.
Like who are you? I'm you, but better.
But better. Because that's still DO's like the bread and butter of attacking rear is standing and attacking Vanguard.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
always been DO.
Yeah.
And especially with fronts, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah.
And like, if you attack rear, get Drag Veda, stand Vanguard. And then you attack the other one.
Oh.
Like, I need my skill to proc again.
Yeah. And there's no way to stop that. So,
Yeah, because like the only way of you like guarding that is via intercepts.
or orders, right? You can order too.
Oh yeah. Or oh, wait,
Can
can you still call a card? Because
Yeah,
I
because
think.
you're not calling it to the
Oh
guardian
yeah,
circle.
yeah. You're the thing.
Yeah, so that's still an option.
So
Yeah, but
that's yeah, that's true. That is true.
yeah.
Ghost chase.
Exactly. Ghost chase. Like,
Yeah.
Overlord
Talking
means
about
nothing.
BT2 builds again, I've dropped Ghost Chase from both Stoichea decks.
Oh, okay. What did you put in for it? Regurgitation?
Like, more. Yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah, I put in more regurgitations. But my problem is I need to put in a lot more grade 3s because stupid Bastion. Because, like, what's the point of retiring one if you can't call anything from drop? Because regurgitation doesn't say grade equal or less,
Mm-hmm.
it has to be equal.
Oh man, that sucks. Yeah.
Yep. I don't
Yikes.
know why they give so much limiters to those other decks. Maybe they're just uh getting it ready for the next sets so that it
Maybe.
won't just be broken again.
Yeah. Cause like even right now, like Keter is the Keter stuff in DBT2 is like the cheapest.
Hmm.
Like if you don't look at SPs, it's probably the cheapest.
But dark.
Yeah.
Pabada.
But yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for BT3. So let's go into the new start deck. So this is what I really want to talk about, cuz the new start deck is used by the pink-haired girl that we see at the end of season 1 of the anime.
Mm.
Now, I'm putting my tinfoil hat on right now,
Mm-mm.
okay, follow me on this deep dark rabbit hole. But I think that the girl is Danji's sister, or at least related to Danji in some way, because there are
Mm.
two things. There are two things that three things that make me think this. One, she plays Dragon Empire. Now, at the beginning of season 1, episode 2, when Yu Yu is trying to choose a deck
The
and
Trickstar.
Trickstar falls out of Danji's pocket, he says that it used to belong to someone very important to him. And
Mm.
2, the sleeve that it was in had a sticker of a bunny on it. Now, unless
Mm.
like unless it was a little girl or like a female player in general, you wouldn't really notice. You wouldn't, like a guy wouldn't really put a bunny sticker on their sleeve. If you do, then that's great. If you would, then that's great. I have nothing against that, but like generally speaking, it is more of a feminine thing to do, right? So
Yeah.
we can assume that Trickstar was owned by a girl. And the third thing is the lady that Danji met when Toya was going on the whole flag burning spree is the same lady that the girl with the pink hair who's getting the new start deck was playing against at the end of the anime. So that
Mm.
makes me feel like Danji's related to her in some way. And also Danji working like weird gig jobs, living in a rundown apartment, and he always knew that there was like a timer on him being with Blackout, like ever since what do you call it? I think it was episode I can't remember what episode it was, but he said I gotta help as while I still can. So it's like he knows that
Mm.
something is going to happen to him. So like some people thought he was probably gonna die. I thought he was like I didn't think he was going to die.
Even the opening was like alluding to him, like, oh
Ye-
no.
Yeah, I didn't know exactly what was going to
Is he
happen,
gonna
but
be
like
the
something
next
bad.
Miguel?
Yeah, exactly.
Just
God,
eyes off screen,
no,
like,
no.
oof.
Yeah, but when you look at him, when you look at his character, like his personality and everything being righteous and everything like that, you contrast it with his deck, which is literally demons. There's something that doesn't click, right? Because he's like righteous, I must help everyone, must be the big brother to everybody and stuff like that. So it makes me feel like he's running away from something,
I think
and that his
his
time was up.
personality also changes a lot every time he's in card fights.
Yeah,
You can especially see that against Toya.
yeah, where they
Toya.
where they punch each other naked. That was great.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think that the original owner of Trickstar was this girl, because it would make sense too, because she does play Dragon Empire,
Mm.
but there's just something that changed, I guess, because she's not playing Blaze Maiden, she's playing Blaze Seal Maiden. So it makes me feel like
True.
she would
It's like,
maybe be one of the main antagonists coming in
yeah.
to season 2, like
But I think
outside of the
in
sleeves.
terms of lore for Nirvana, I think the Blaze Maidens are there to keep the Sunrise Egg safe.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're always like praying around it, like protecting it.
Yeah.
So with the word seal included in the Blaze Maiden names, so you'd think that they're trying to stop the awakening of Nirvana.
Yeah, and
Is that a
that
fair
makes the most
assumption
sense.
to make?
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. And if it's anything
And
else, then
also,
yeah.
I'm also getting the Chrono Fang vibes to Chrono Jet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the Blaze Seal Maidens is Chrono Fang to
Yeah.
Nirvana's Chrono Jet.
Yeah. I feel like what do you call it? I feel like the Blaze. I think I can't remember where I heard this or read this, but I think there's going to be a new overdressed unit in that new start
And that
deck.
makes a lot of sense because it's Trickstar. It's what he does.
Yeah. So I'm
I'm
excited to
also
see
like
that.
talking about the anime, like the little kid,
Mhm.
the boy. That's all like I don't know, where he's very aggressive.
Mhm.
The one that's now like collecting flags, I think,
Oh
at the
yeah,
end
yeah,
of
yeah. Yeah.
that guy.
The
I think
two-faced the
he's
two-faced.
a I don't know. I think he's Keeter if they didn't show his deck yet.
Yeah, they haven't shown us that yet.
Because if they're gonna be the AL4 to Blackout's what's their
Q4.
name? Q4? Yeah.
Mhm.
They're gonna be the antagonists to Blackout, then I think he should be getting the Keeter then.
Mhm.
From basing it on my assumption of like uh Keeter and Dragon Empire getting the new decks. All the Blaze Seal Maidens already won for Dragon Empire,
Mhm.
and there's a hole for Keeter. Cause I doubt they'll keep like supporting the encounter cards.
Yeah. At least
I think
not
BT3,
consistently. Not
yeah,
consistently.
BT3 will be probably the last we'll see for
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. We might get a what do you call it? Like I wouldn't be surprised though if we like got like a waterfall or something. You know, if they're just going to keep it contained to the first set that they were released in, because they didn't bring Bellicosity Dragon. Um, who else
The all
did they bring
important
in? I
cards.
don't think they
The
didn't bring in
Wyvern,
Conroe either, right? Because the starter is
Conroe, is Undo.
Undo, yeah, and then Bar was the grade one of that line. So I can see them bringing out some more, but they
Hmm.
probably will be very budget. They'll probably be commons or something or single R's at most. I don't see them taking up
Yeah,
spaces
true.
for the new decks, you know. But yeah, I'm excited for the start deck. I am really, I like from a story standpoint more than anything
Hmm.
else because I really want to see if I was right. Cuz
Called it.
I called it in before everyone else, but yeah, cuz I feel like there are too many things that point to her being related to Danji in some way. Like if it's like a cousin
That's
or if
true.
it's I forgot his
It
name.
also makes for a great like continuation from what season one left off.
Mhm, yeah, especially cuz
Because like the biggest like drop they had for season one was Danji leaving, and they didn't
mhm,
even like give
an
like
explanation.
something, yeah, or
Yeah.
something to where he's going or why he left. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, not why he left. Where he's
Yeah.
going, yeah. That's it.
Yeah. The the
Just where
the
he's going and what he's doing next.
the thing that makes me think that something happened to the the girl, I don't know her name. I know that they released her name, but I don't know her name. I haven't seen it.
Mhm.
Is that um Danji when
He-
he's talking to Yu
Wait.
Yu at the end of the last episode, he's wondering Yu Yu's wondering why Danji chose Toya to be the leader of Blackout, and he said it's because you're too dazzling. So I feel like something happened to her, and then she just like lost something. Cause like even in her interaction
Oh, true.
at the end of the episode with the short haired black lady, the short black haired lady, um, there's something weird about her her demeanor, I guess.
Mm.
Like even like as brief as it was, there's something about her demeanor that makes me think that
Oh.
something happened to her, you know? Cuz like if she had Trickstar, that would mean that she played Blaze Maidens, right?
Mm.
So if she now plays Blaze Seal Maidens, there has to be something that happened in the past. And that maybe is why Danji left in the first place. So there are a lot of that's why I loved the ending of Overdress as
Season.
much as people hated season 1 for being like very slow. I liked the way that it ended because it leaves so much room for interpretation
Yeah, true.
moving in the wait for it.
And I think they really meant for this to be more about the anime than the card game itself.
Yeah, and it's working cuz you know like I'm
Yeah.
theory crafting right now. So good job Bushy. Love you guys so much. If you want to hit me up, you know where to find me. Eat crit. Eat crit.
Eat crit.
Yes. Not you guys. You guys are great, but
Yeah.
like if
I
anyone
did that yesterday in our remote fight tourneys.
you ate crit,
Yeah.
what's it taste
Because
like?
I fought against Bastion, I think, on my second round.
Oh,
On his grade 2 turn. I think I needed 2 CBs to pull off the 15 Sulfur Bar Magnus.
uh-huh.
So I just took it, and then he got a crit. And I was like, I think this is fine.
He crit you.
So yeah, I think I pushed him to 5 after my first grade 2 turn because I had 15 soul and I was first to go.
Mm-hmm.
So his first grade 2 turn, he rode into Bastion. He called down 2. He called down Alden and Fasado.
Mm-hmm.
So that's his field, just 3 grade 3s in front. He attacked with Alden. I guarded that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I 2-2 passed, I think, Bastion with a 15k guard. I was at 4. He got a crit at his first check. He gave it to Fasado. I would have been able to guard that.
Mm-hmm.
And then his second check was up front. So I was like, whoops.
I guess it's
I would have survived. That was a grade 3.
I guess it's over.
Yeah. I just died.
Oh man.
So I was like, that game was so fast.
Let's not talk about him anymore. I'm tired. Anyway, last thing of the night before we say goodbye and I go eat dinner. Shaman King. Amidamaru not having a crit, pretty cool. Considering because he's a spirit, he can't really do anything. And
Wait,
having limit break.
Going back to
what?
going
What
back
is it?
to the
What is it?
anime thing.
What is it?
What do you call the thing that the astral projection thing that they did in the original Vanguard? Where they go to Cray and they imagine blah blah blah. Because I think that's the thing that's happening to Overdress, or that's what I see that's happening to Overdress. Because like in the card fights, Toyo wasn't really in like the Cray state where he was Bastion. I think it was only against fighting Danji that he was like imagining himself being Bastion, where he was very surprised where he's suddenly bleeding and stuff.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't think it has any. It might
Where
not
he
have anything.
keeps shifting in and out of reality. Because I think that's what the thing that got lost with the girl probably.
Maybe, because we don't know if it's like
race still a thing for.
Yeah, because once it's the end of the Age of Messiah, right? So there's no more link between the two, between Earth and Prey. I think that's what it. I think that's what it was, right? Because Gize exploded, and Messiah went back to sleep. So I don't know if the connection is still there anymore.
That's true.
But yeah, I think they're just using their imagination at this point. But like I feel like there is something akin to like a flow state. That would be the equivalent to that, which would be really cool because if the animation was better back then in the original anime while they were doing that, like in the astral plane, not astral plane, that's that's a Genesis thing, but you know what I mean, right? If the animation at the time was better, then it would have translated a lot better. But because I don't know if this is the same thing.
The only reason why I thought of this was because of how Danji's treating Toya, because I think he sees the relative, or with your theory, linking it again.
Maybe.
Like he sees the girl with Toya where Toya wanted to quit, yeah? Like he wants to drop Vanguard and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might just be another BL thing they're trying to.
Maybe. Who knows?
Not that it's bad.
Yeah. It's there's nothing bad with it. Like I don't know. Right now there isn't enough to link.
Go on.
Yeah, there isn't enough to go on to make any like actual good educated guesses. So I'm going to I'm sort of keeping away from that, but yeah, that's my only theory for season 2, that Danji will go to the other side.
No.
No,
the other side.
he'll go He'll join Masanori and them, and
You're Johnny.
yeah, yeah, and
Oh yeah. One thing I want to share with you is
yeah.
that the things we call over triggers here
Uh
in
huh.
our locals.
What do you call them?
So, one of the ContiBreak members again, Ivan,
Uh huh.
Glad Shark, started this
Uh huh.
where he started giving nicknames to the over triggers.
Yeah.
I think Omar Tinoa
Uh
is
huh.
either Tina or
Tina.
Marty, depending on how you see him.
Uh huh.
And then for Dark States, Galmage Held became Maggie.
Maggie. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like that
And
one.
then for what's the next one? Keters. Oh wait, for Dragon Empire,
Uh huh.
I think Drag Veda. I think this is the only one where we didn't really give it a proper nickname.
Okay.
For Stoikea, I think we just gave it Blessy.
Blessy.
And then for uh what's that? Brantgate,
Uh huh.
Aldo Breath, we
Yeah.
just named him Dobie.
Dobby. Dobby.
So
I
it's
like.
like, oh my
I like
god.
Dobby.
Everybody's just saying, oh god, it's Blessy here. Dobie. So with our match videos, you can just hear people like just saying random names.
That's nice. Uh, anyway, yeah, let's close it out because we've been at this for almost 2 hours.
Oh god.
Yeah. So, Shaman King, what do you think? The abilities right now are kind of, like they're not. I don't think they're indicative of
They
the
look-
full power of the deck yet
Mm.
because we only have 2 cards. So, the Oversoul mechanic is pretty cool. So I'm waiting for us to get the Iron Maiden Oversoul.
Because they haven't really shown what Oversoul really is,
Yeah.
or how you reach that state.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure it involves, of course, Yo and Amidamaru.
Yeah. So that'll be
But
very
it's still
interesting.
so weird that they opted to having spirits be at 0 crit.
Yeah.
Because like once you have a bad hand, that's like what?
Yeah.
your rear guards can't do anything.
Goodbye early game.
They'll just be attacking rear guards because they can't really damage the Vanguard at this point.
Yeah.
Can you even retire rear guards by attacking them without crit? I'm pretty sure you can, yeah.
Yeah, you can. Cuz the crit
Just,
only
like,
the
the
crit
crit
only
only
has
works
any effect
against-
on the Vanguard.
Yeah, on
so,
the Vanguard.
So yeah, maybe
and damaging the Vanguard.
Yeah.
So I
knows?
don't know. Looking at it from what they just released 2 cards.
Yeah.
The thing I'm getting from it is if you have a bad hand, it's like, oh no.
Oh,
They're also
game
planning
over.
on releasing like 3 ride lines for it, yeah?
Ooh,
They have Yo, they have Rentao,
uh-huh.
and they have
Horo
what's
Horo?
the name of no the antagonist.
How?
How? Yeah, how?
How di Carabao?
No, like why? So I think they only plan on releasing 3 ride lines, but I'm confused by why they have art for the girl with the
Anna?
red bandana.
Anna?
Yeah, Anna.
Who knows? Maybe she'll be a support
A
card
Yo
for something.
card.
Yeah, probably.
Because Yo is gonna be a start deck, and then Anna's probably from the
The
booster.
Yeah. That would make the most sense. It would just suck to see like if you're hoping for like Horo Horo or something and he just
Yeah.
becomes like a trigger. Like, oh, so
Yeah,
sad.
that'll probably be the case.
Yeah.
Or they'll do it like the supporting cast for Ren's side.
Oh, maybe.
You'll have
Hmm.
Horo Horo there, his sister.
Yeah. What I can also see, since they've started doing it with the Lyrical Monasterio, is just have the same unit in different forms for that deck. And then you can
Yeah,
like
true.
splash different characters with them as well.
Because the Amidamaru skill is, I think, if you have a Yo in its card name,
Mm-hmm.
or was it different? Was it the Yo card having Amidamaru something in its card name?
Let me check in our Discord because that's the only place I can remember seeing it very quickly.
Oh wait, they have 4 ride lines: Tauren, Horo Horo, Faust, and
Ooh, Faust! Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
okay, I was wrong then.
All
Horo
right.
Horo.
Let's see. Oversoul. So
Uh-huh.
put a rear guard with a Midamaru and its card name into your soul. Draw a card, and until
Oh,
end of
there
turn,
we
this
go.
unit gets your entire front row. Your front row gets plus 5k. Then Limit Break 4, Counterblast 1. This unit gets +1 crit until end of battle.
Limit break.
Limit Break.
It's been so long.
I know. Like, they should have just slapped the Limit Break thing
Why
here
would Faust be getting a ride line? I get he was the antagonist for like,
for a while.
but he wasn't really an antagonist, no? He
Um,
was part of their team, like at
near the end.
Yeah.
Near the end, yeah. I don't know.
Spoilers.
it's a very old anime. If you guys haven't watched it already, you're either too young or you took too long. Let's see. So Amidamaru's skill is if you have a Vanguard with Yo Asakura in its name. So it depends. Like I can't read Japanese, so I'm pretty sure that says I'm pretty sure their names say more than just Yo Asakura and Amidamaru. So I'm guessing
so
that
it's probably
we're gonna
like
have
twice
yeah, it'll
where
be
they
like
have titles.
yeah. So that'll be really interesting
Looking
to
at
see.
the sky, yo. Wow.
Oh wait, oh my god, I just realized Amidamaru makes Yo pretty cracked if you don't if your opponent doesn't have a PG or a can't card.
Yeah. It's like 2 crits, is it?
Yeah. During your turn if you have yeah, because you can just oh my god, if you have if you have 3 Amidamarus in your back row, your opponent is just like guard or die. Oh god.
It's just legit one shot.
Yeah.
For once, a CB denial deck is in the game now.
Yeah.
So like, stall until you can one shot the guy.
Well, you don't even need to, right? Because the Oversoul can activate at any time. You just have to put a Midamaru into your soul. Then it gets +5, so it's an Oversoul. And then a Midamaru is, like, as long as your Vanguard is Yo Asakura, and it's Oversouled, then it gets +1 crit. So that's nice.
That's true.
Yeah, so that's
So
4
gimmick
damage.
decks
4
here
damage.
again.
First grade thing. Huh?
No, the gimmick decks.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure one of them will be a gimmick deck.
I feel like the
'Cause
like
you
all
have
of these
5
side
ride
things
lions
are gonna be a
now.
thing. 5?
Yeah, because one yo with the start deck, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
And then Tower and Horo Faust, and Mr. How.
Mr. How. That makes sense, yeah.
Mr. How.
I can't I just want one to have multi attacks. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Speaking of
yeah.
start decks, yeah, I really want the power counters from the Monster Strike and the Token Ranbu decks.
Yeah.
If there's any way I can like buy, like bulk buy those counters from somewhere, I would.
Yeah.
But I've been looking around ever since I saw that from the Token Ranbu, and there doesn't seem to be
No.
people letting them go.
Yeah, I'm thinking of just looking around for a 3D printer place and then custom making some.
Oh, true.
But we'll see cuz I
Because it
like
does a lot for remote fights.
yeah.
'Cause the dice is the dice are like they can work, but they're really hard to see.
Yeah.
And also, most people don't have the same die as I have, where it just says the number instead of the dots. So the numbers are, I think, in my opinion, like easier to read.
Yeah, especially on camera. So yeah. Well, hopefully, Bushi has had a bit of a tainted history with not giving us one-to-one products with the Japanese releases. But I have faith. I have faith. But yeah, I think that's everything. Unless there's one more thing you wanted to add before we close out.
No, it's good. I'm Gucci.
All right, and that is it for the
Yay.
pilot episode of Card
Big
Talk
yay.
Vanguard. I don't know the next time we'll be doing this. We'll probably do it maybe a week or two from now. Because it gives us more time to really gather thoughts to talk about. Same thing with in the Yu-Gi-Oh! If any of you watch that, that's the same format that we do over there. But yeah, I had a lot of fun talking about copium and hopium for DVT2.
Talking about the next sets kind of took my mind off of
how you're not
Mr.
getting them right now.
BT2. I believe they're still tomorrow and the next day.
Well, hopefully you get them.
I was planning on streaming opening 4 boxes, so that's gonna get delayed too.
Oh, that sucks.
Big sad.
Yeah, I'll hopefully I can get mine tomorrow. But yeah, that is it. Charles, is there anything you would like the audience to know, to check out, on your channel before we go?
As for now, we still have, or we went back to match videos, but I think I'll start doing a series with what I started with Eugene,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yes, thank you.
titled How I. Oh wait, what did I?
So I
So
took
I used
blank
blank
at a low.
for my locals, and this is how it went. Yeah, I
You
think
should
that will be.
make a Bastion one that's only like 10
No,
seconds.
no.
Make a Bastion one that's like 10 seconds, like I won. That's it. You don't
Wait,
even need
did
to-
you know that like for last week, a guy with just a start deck in single Rs made it to the top 8?
Wow.
It was like,
Bastion, yeah. Anyway. Um all right. And as for me, the grand finale for Overdressed to Impress is finally coming out this Saturday. Tomorrow, hopefully, if there are no
Ooh.
delays for my DBT2 case, I'll be opening up some on stream. I'm not sure if I'll be opening them on stream on Saturday or tomorrow. I'll probably take a break tomorrow because I've been doing I've been doing YouTube stuff every day
Yeah.
this whole week, and I'll have the Yu-Gi-Oh podcast on Sunday. So that's yeah,
Ooh.
that's kind of my thing right now. JC in the chat
Skip.
said in the Vanguard no. Yeah, in the Vanguard no. Great pilot. Thanks, JC, and can't wait to see more of that series. The huge jeans one
Yeah.
was really good. See,
Thanks.
Charles, I told you. I told you. Like, you have to keep making these.
I'm also planning on streaming TFT later
Okay.
on our Twitch channel.
All right,
'cause
go
that
check out
will
his
be
Twitch.
my copium stream for DBT2 yet again. Meh. Meh.
Anyway, grand finale. Let's go. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Outer Orange and I had a
Yeah.
really fun time doing
I would have
the.
been there.
Yeah, you would have been there, but you were doing something important. So it's all good. We do have this podcast to have brother time. But yeah, the grand finale will be out on Saturday, and I'm super excited to get it out there because it
Grand
Puts-
finally.
it puts a close on a pretty long running series on the channel. So that will be really fun to do. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I am Jello the Casual Card Gamer. This is
Hey.
Ring Bell Charles from Team ContiBreak. Thank you so much, Terrio Frost, JC Theater Yu-Gi-Oh, and Dana. Hi, Dana, if you're still watching. For coming out, and we will catch you guys in the next episode of Card Talk Vanguard.